Hello, friends. Welcome to Dream to Done, the podcast for moms who are ready to discover their dreams and goals again and actually do them. If you've been feeling a little lost in motherhood, I'm here to get you off the back burner and start taking a turn for yourself. I'm your host, Jessica Erickson, a certified life coach and your accountability cheerleader. Each week, you'll hear tips and tricks on doing life with a few kids, interviews with inspiring guests, and real talk on momming. I want you to discover your dreams, even in the messy middle of motherhood, because you deserve happiness too. You will also see that a mom achieving her goals and dreams lifts those around her. You deserve to take a turn in your life without feeling guilty. I am always cheering for you. Here we go. Hello, everybody. Welcome to this episode of the Dream to Done podcast. I am your host, Jessica Erickson, and I just wanted to do a little check-in today. I know you've been getting them. The emails have started pouring in. The football schedule arrived. The school calendar is here. And all of the different activities are starting. And I have 4 kids. So that is a lot of emails and a lot of information. And it's all coming at me real fast. So what do you do with it all? It's such a lot of info. And I did one of my planning sessions. It was actually pretty funny because I use a combination of a digital Google Calendar and a paper calendar, mainly because I want my months. So my daily stuff is all on a digital, but my monthly stuff, I like having that month at a glance kind of view. So I sat down with all my stuff and started doing my planning session and realized that my planner, my physical planner, ended in December. And so I basically had to just press pause and go to Target and grab a new planner. Anyway, it was kind of funny. I wasn't expecting that, which was silly because I knew that it ended in December. But anyway, okay, so it's here. School is coming. It's going to be here. So I feel like there are 2 camps of people. One is the people that are really excited for school to start. They're excited to get back in a routine. They're excited to have their kids see more of their friends. They're excited. So kind of like excitement. Yay, new stuff, new schools maybe, new grades, new teachers, a lot of newness and excitement. There's also the camp that is kind of dreading it. Like, oh man, we're going to have to get up on time. They like having all of their kids home. And so they're not looking forward to it. So no matter where you're at, I see you, and it's okay to be a little bit of both. You can be all of the above, excited and not looking forward to it all at the same time. I have a really unique, not unique to people in general, but unique to me. This will be the first year that I've had all of my kids in school full time. So my youngest is starting kindergarten, and I have been asking around. And again, I feel like there's 2 camps of people. One is the group that tells me like, oh my goodness, you are in for a treat. This is so magical. This is like a game-changing time for you. Get ready. It's going to be amazing. And I'm like, okay, well, tell me what happened. Like, what happened when your kids started kindergarten and when your youngest started kindergarten? And this group of people tells me that when their youngest started kindergarten, they had this window of time that opened up in the beginning of the day where all the kids were at school, and they got this chunk of time to do X. For some people, it was, I went back to school. Some people, it was, I started a new part-time job. For some people, it was like, I finally got the house clean and organized the way I wanted it. For some people, it was like, I hit the gym 5 days a week and I lost all the weight that I wanted to. There's just like this group of people that was like, oh my goodness, it was magical because I finally got to do whatever their dream was. Whatever was on their plate that they had needed that extra kick of time, and they finally got it. And they did it. And so it was this magical, wonderful experience. And they're all congratulating me and patting me on the back because now I am finally arrived at the time where my youngest is going to kindergarten and you are getting this amazing gift. Yay! And then I talked to another group of people, and my other friends, this other group of people was like, well, they went to kindergarten and I don't know. I mean, everything just, it took time. So I didn't really do anything different. And I was like, well, what did you fill the time with? And they were like, well, I don't know. Everything just took time. So I looked this up and maybe you've heard of it. It's called Parkinson's Law. Parkinson's Law states that work expands so as to fill the time available for its completion. That's the technical jargon. Let me play it for you this way. Your task is going to take as much time as you allow it to. So there's a couple reasons for this. Some of the factors are procrastination. So we're going to leave a task as long as we can and then rush it the last minute. And yes, I've been there. Totally. Cramming for a final. Yes. Awesome. So sometimes we just procrastinate. And so we're doom scrolling. We're taking our sweet time, whatever it is, we're doing something else. And then we procrastinate and do it really fast last minute. Another way is called scope expansion, which means that you unconsciously stretch out the work by adding unnecessary details or complexities when there's ample time available. So think of it like putty, where it just kind of stretches. Okay. Another reason that things may take more time is a lack of urgency. And I definitely can see this in some of the group 2 friends, right? Just lack of urgency. So it's more relaxed approach and the task, it's not imminent. So they're just taking their sweet time, right? And again, there is nothing wrong with that. Whatever you choose to do, I want you to do it intentionally. So I wanted to give you an example, and this is probably my favorite example, and I could talk about this for hours, but I won't today. Let's talk about laundry for a second, okay? Laundry, folding the laundry. This is definitely one of those things where if I have 10 minutes, I can get that folded. If I have an hour, I'm going to fold laundry while watching a show. And I've just expanded that time, right? Lack of urgency. So I'm going to scope expansion that. It's going to putty and fill up that whole hour. Now, I also might call a friend, phone a friend. And so I'm like half paying attention to the laundry and I'm folding whatever. Maybe because I have 2 hours to fold laundry, maybe I will take 2 hours to fold that laundry. I will match those socks perfectly and fold it exactly right. And the corners are all matching on all of the sheets. And maybe I've even ironed something. I mean, come on, let's be real. I don't iron anything, but I could. So maybe when I have all this time, when all my kids are at school, maybe I will finally break out that iron and decide to iron the sheets or something. I don't know, maybe. But laundry is such a great example of things taking as long as you allow them to. So I just also wanted to point out that with laundry, you don't even have to fold it. Like you don't have to. I have a friend who throws all of the socks. They don't get matched. They just throw all the socks in a drawer. And so then the kids just have to pick 2 socks and that's fine. Whatever way you decide to do it is fine. But just know that this is such a great example of how you can stretch things out to take as long as you want them to. And I feel like sometimes with my group 2 group of friends, that's what's happened. Like they've just stretched things. And it was unintentional, maybe, or maybe that's just, I just finally wanted to chill out and take 2 hours to fold the laundry. That's fine. And if that's you, great. And by all means, if you have been a little stressed over the summer, I want you to take a whole week off. Like that first week when they're at school, I want you to go out for lunch, go to Target or Walmart, or go shopping by yourself. Oh my goodness, I feel like I spend so much less money when I am by myself. When the kids are all with me, it's like, "Oh, mom, can I get this? Oh, mom, can we get this?" And like decision fatigue. And after saying no to so many things, I probably say yes more than I should to things that we don't necessarily need. So I'm excited to take a hot minute and go to the store by myself. And I'm excited to maybe even take a nap. But whatever you decide to do, after that first week, I think I'll be pretty over it and done. And I'll be ready to start working on my goals again. Again, I don't care what you choose, but I want you to do it intentionally. Now, if your goal for this school year is that you want to relax, you want to take a nap, you want to just be, I support that. That's great. Can I tell you a confession though? If that was my goal, I think I would need help doing that. It doesn't feel good to me to have like extended periods of like relax and doing nothing. And that's fine. I've just realized that about myself. Like a week is good for me and then I'm ready to hit the ground running. If that's your goal for the semester, for the school year, great. You go do that and live live your best life. I'm totally on board for whatever it is that you want to do. But if you are not in the camp where you just want to hang out because maybe you have had something on your heart, you have had something that's been in the back of your head gnawing on you all summer. That's like, oh my gosh, I can't wait for these kids to go back to school so I can finally do X. What is it? What is it for you? I'll let you know what it is for me. For me, I really am excited to finish off my kids' birthday books and organize the computer. I've made a ton of progress on those two goals, but I am not quite there. And I thought I was going to get it done this summer, but my kids' goals kind of filled up this summer and I was okay with that. But now I'm excited to finish those two goals. So, what is it that is on your plate? What is on your mind? Has anything been nagging you? If not, turn me off. It doesn't matter. But if there is something that's been gnawing on you that you want to accomplish, something that maybe has been on your to-do list for a couple of years and you're ready to finally tackle it, I'm here for you. I will tell you that the year 2023, when I accomplished so many of my goals, the tools that I used to do that, I have put together in a little mini course. And I am so excited. We are going to do a 6-week group course where I'm going to send out a video every week. And then we're going to have a 1-hour check-in coaching call. I am limiting the amount of people that I am taking because I want everyone to have at least 10 minutes a week where we're focusing on your goal and overcoming your obstacles. So if you want to join me for that, I would love to have you. It's going to be really fun, and I will give you more information on that soon. And if you would like to hear what I do for scheduling, again, I have 4 kids, so I have picked up a couple of tips and tricks that I would love to share with you on how I get them to all of their places on time and how I manage it all. I feel like my job description is mom/home manager, schedule extraordinaire queen. I really do a good job of getting our Google Calendar organized. It was a big jump for me to go from paper calendar, love me some paper and some colored pens, right? So it was a really big jump for me to go to a digital calendar, but I do love my daily digital calendar and I use Google Calendar. So if you would like to learn what I do, you don't have to do it my way, but if there is anything you can glean from what I've learned over the last couple of years that would help you, I would love to share that with you. I would love to workshop like some solutions for you so that you feel like you are ready going into this school year, feeling prepared and ready. So if you would like to do that, I would love for you to join me. I am doing a back to school open house. Bring your calendar, bring your paper, planner, bring all of your kids' schedules, and we're going to take some time and just do it. I will show you how I do it, and then I want you to try it and get it going. And if you have questions, I will be right there to answer them. So, our open house is going to be August 18th at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And I would love for you to join me. It's going to be fun. And I have some really great tips that I am really excited to share with you. So, come to our open house on August 18th. If you would like to come to the Back to School, Back to You 6-week Jumpstart course, that will be starting the week of August 25th. So, what I would do is come to the open house. You're going to get your schedule all worked out, and then you're going to put yourself on the schedule. And I'm going to help you jumpstart your goals for this school year. Okay, now I wanted to be a little transparent because I am not perfect. And sometimes I think that holds a lot of women back, that I am not like the perfect example of motherhood. I'm not the perfect example. My schedule isn't perfect. I've figured out some stuff, but it's not perfect. And because I see other people that might be farther ahead or might be doing something equally as awesome or whatever, I sometimes am like, well, they don't need to hear from me. But I do have things that I can share, and I do have people that maybe connect better with me than they would with somebody else. So I'm here, but I do want to be transparent, and I want to let you know that I'm not perfect. And I wanted to let you know what we were doing. So last week in our podcast, we talked about taking an inventory and like taking everything out of your bag and deciding what belongs to you and what doesn't, and what you want to keep in your bag and what you don't. And we correlated that to our brains. So we can do that same thing. It's taking an inventory about how our summer has gone and taking inventory about how we want this new year, this school year to go. I like to start with the end in mind. So at the beginning of the summer, I asked my kids, at the end of this summer, what do you want to say that you've done? What do you want to do? What do you want to feel? What do you want to have? Like where do we want to be at the end of summer? Because if we're not intentional, we could watch TV all summer and veg out and relax and do nothing. And if that's where we need to be, that's fine. But is that what we want? And so we had a discussion at the beginning of the summer about what we wanted. I will tell you that my older two are very driven, and they had some big goals. And I think I might have created a little bit of a monster in my oldest, because she got so set on her schedule that it was almost like no flexibility at all. She was like, no, I can't go to the pool because I have to do this, this, and this. And I was like, hey, your schedule can be flexible. Let's be a little bit more flexible. So with my oldest, I had to work on being flexible and going with the flow a little bit and being willing to relax her schedule a little bit so that she could also have fun and not just be productive. So with my son, he was getting ready for football. And so I think I've mentioned this before, but he is not old enough to have his own gym membership, but he was going to drag me kicking and screaming to the gym. So I am 10 out of 10 supporting him, 2 out of 10 wanting to go to the gym. But we went, and we have gone pretty much consistently all summer. So it's been really good. He wanted to bulk up a little bit. This is his first year playing tackle football. So he had some very specific goals, and I'm really proud of him. Like, he has done a lot for his goals. And he was always there to be like, Mom, are you ready to go to the gym yet? Mom, are you ready to go to the gym yet? And like, man, he's persistent. And so because he was so persistent, like, we went consistently. Okay. My younger two, not so driven. I'm pretty sure that their goal this summer was to see as much TV as they possibly could. Now, that's not to say that that's all they did. We did have some time limits that somehow they got around sometimes, but not so driven. So my goal this summer was trying to figure out how to motivate my younger two and trying to like simmer down my older two. So that was kind of where we were at. My goals for the summer was to start a podcast. That was one of them. And hey, guess what? You're listening to it. So I'm doing okay. There was definitely times when I might not have wanted to record or might not have wanted to do some of the podcast stuff, but I know that about myself. And so I hired a podcast manager. And so while I might have skipped if it was just me, because I knew that she was waiting for it, I got it done. So I had that external accountability to make sure that I got it done. So I was proud of myself for knowing what I needed and for getting it done. So I hope it's been helpful and I hope that you're excited to be here. Thank you for listening. There were a couple other things that were on my list that are going to carry on into the fall. And that's okay. That's okay. So just wanted to kind of give you a little bit about my authentic stuff. But let me also tell you that we are going to celebrate. So, as a family, we have a dinner scheduled, and we are going to take that dinner and take inventory as a family of what we did over the summer, make any changes, take note for like next summer, like what worked well, what didn't, and let's kind of take an inventory and see what happened. And then also, what do we want to do this school year? So, again, my oldest two have some pretty set goals already, and we're focusing on what the younger two are going to want to do. And again, this does not have to be huge stuff. And I do suggest having goals in lots of different areas. So, you could do social. Like, do you want to make some new friends? Do you want to schedule a play date? Do you want to try a new class? Physical, like definitely want to get out. Like that's pretty much our after school stuff. We're doing soccer or football or gymnastics or, whatever it is that you're doing. Like we've got some physical goals that we're going to do. Mental, like this is a new school year. How do we want to show up for that school year? How do we want to, do our homework? How do we want to prioritize things? And again, I have some pretty driven kids. So they look at the end of the school year and they're like, I want straight A's. Okay, well, if that's the goal at the end, how are we going to get there? That's going to mean we need to carve out some time for homework. That may mean that we need to spend some time on our Saturdays catching up or doing something else. But what's the end goal? Start with the end. So at the end of my school year this year, I want to have continued my podcast. I want to finish the birthday books and I want to have the computer organized. Those are my top three. I also have some social ones. I want to go out to lunch at least once a month with some friends. And, anyway, we'll continue to refine those. And you better believe that, of course, I'm going to be doing a vision board to refine that even further. Because if you can see the end, it's so much easier to figure out a plan how to get there. If it's all ambiguous and unintentional, then guess what? We've got that Parkinson's law where things are going to end up taking more time. And your time will get filled, and it will get filled with things that may be great. It may be something that's really good, but maybe there's something that's even better that you could squish your laundry time down and give yourself a half hour to read a book. Anyway, if you need help with any of that, I am here for you. And I want you to come along with this journey. Another big one that I'm going to be working on is losing some weight, getting healthier. No matter which way you package that makes you feel good, like that's where I'm headed. I did join a group this summer that I've kind of gotten a really good jump start on that. And I know what I need to do. And I'm going to continue doing those things. So losing weight is definitely on my plan as well. So if you want to join me and do any of those things that I'm doing, come along for the ride. And if you have something else, like I have those tools and I can help you get there. I want you to discover what your dreams are and do them. And this is such a great transitioning time when the school year starts. And maybe you've got that gift of more time. That's like one of the number one things that people tell me is, oh, I would do my dreams, but I don't have the time. Well, if going back to school, if school starting opens up that time for you, I want you to be intentional and figure out what you truly want to fill it with. And whatever it is, no judgment on my part. But if you need help getting there, I'm here for you and I'm cheering for you. And I hope that it goes really well. Welcome back to school. And if you want to come to the open house on August 18th at 11 Pacific time, I am so looking forward to seeing you there. And if you need some help getting a jump start on your goals for this school year, again, I am here for you and I would love to cheer you to success. And that will start August 25th. So come to the open house and there may be a secret code to get a discount on the course, the 6-week course. So come to the open house. It will be lots of fun. Bring your calendar. We'll get you set up for the school year. All right. Have a great week. Welcome back to school and enjoy all of that back to school shopping. We'll see you soon. Thank you so much for tuning in to this episode of Dream to Done. If you enjoyed today's episode, it would mean so much if you would leave a rating and review. It helps more moms like you find the show. Don't forget to subscribe to the podcast on your favorite podcast player. I'll see you in next week's episode. I'm always cheering for you. See you next week.